What's going on?
Not much, man. I gave you that text. I was at the Slipknot show last night, and
oh yeah, the Slipknot, the Knotfest road show. How was it?
Killer.
Yeah,
absolutely killer.
Yep.
My wife and I were about 3 people back from the front gate, or the front fencing.
You're on the floor.
On the floor,
Yep.
general admission floor.
Yeah.
Dead center stage. In front of us were a bunch of kids. Little kids. Not even probably 10 years old. Everything was great until about 2 songs into Slipknot. And a big group of just Viking-looking people tried to bum rush the stage.
Yeah.
And the group of people I was with were really trying to ward them off, telling them, hey, guys, there's kids up here. Cool it. And they're all, F those kids. They shouldn't be at the show. Get them out of the pit. And the pit's not here. The pit is 30 feet back. And the group of people I was with, we almost started a fight with these people because they just wouldn't stop. I was wondering, in your opinion,
well, I was
in the right.
I was initially with them. Those kids had no business being up front if they're that as small as you describe them. But then you said the pit was behind you?
A good 30 feet.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would default. I completely see where you're coming from. I just can't imagine why a bunch of kids under 10 would be. I mean, were their parents like standing there with them, or?
Yeah, they were with their families. I mean,
I think once you see the Vikings move in, I mean, you go, all right, time to scoot the kids. I mean, they got to enjoy the first 2 bands or whatever, and yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's you figure those dudes that wanted to start a circle of death up there in front, they probably tied a few on too before. So I don't know. I wouldn't know what to tell you the proper etiquette is. I'm not a pit guy, but if I saw a bunch of little kids up front, that would make me really nervous.
Yeah.
So how did it resolve itself?
The group of people I was with were basically holding stiff arms out to these guys' necks, and they finally just dispersed.
Wow.
You're a hero.
Yeah, right?
Not hero.
Who knows how many children's lives Tyler saved last night at the Romo Fijo?
I tell you what.
Looked like a great show.
Was it a good crowd? Did they pack the place out?
Yeah. It was phenomenal. Slipknot's show was better than it was at Incarceration last year.
Yeah, those guys are no spring chickens either, but they bring it every time, boy. You got to give them that.
Absolutely.
Max Weinberg's kid playing the drums for them now.
I saw a lot of people on social media posting videos and stuff like that. It looked like a great show.
Yeah.
He was really fun to watch.
Weinberg was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, I think lives were saved, and I think a good time was had by all, Tyler. So well done.
Yep.
All right, thank you, pal. There's Tyler out in Ashland. Hey, Drunk Sue.
Hey.
What's going on?
How you doing?
How are you? What's up?
Hey, Tyler. Wah, wah, wah. Let me know next time you get concert tickets. I'm going to buy the ones in front of you that have like 5 people, 6'4" or above.
Why are you giving him a hard time? He's trying to make sure those kids didn't get crushed.
Whatever, dude. First is going to complain about little kids up there.
No, he's not complaining about the kids.
See the show.
He wasn't complaining. He didn't want those big dudes to crush the kids.
But then he'd be complaining that there's big dudes in front of him. Wah, wah, wah.
I don't think he was even complaining. I think he was just telling a story.
He was curious what the etiquette. He was curious on my thoughts on what the proper etiquette would have been, and I gave him.
Break down in tears and grab a box of Kleenex. Is that the proper etiquette?
I guess so. Drunk Sue is known far and wide for her empathy. So, listen.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not even why I called.
Yeah, but Sue, you also got to be hip to the fact that you are not going to those kinds of shows. You are not going to find yourself in the pit at a Slipknot show. So you can say wah, 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 but you're not going to that kind of show.
Yeah.
Huh?
If I ain't by the bathroom, I can't go anywhere.
So you don't have a point.
But I wouldn't be complaining if I could see above the head.
He never.
He wasn't complaining.
You made that part up.
Yeah, he wasn't complaining. He said, "Hey, there were kids in front, and I was trying to keep these dudes from crushing the kids."
And dudes that got there later that were trying to push through people
Right.
when these other people were already standing like and established in a general admission crowd. So these guys, these Viking dudes that he's talking about, were being dicks.
Somehow Sue thinks that keeping an eye on these kids makes Tyler a pussy.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that exactly.
You said wah, wah, wah. I give him a box of Kleenex.
Yeah, wah, wah, wah. And a box of Kleenex.
All right.
Okay.
Well, what did you call me about, Sue?
I was actually having a bad day today, and I just... Why?
Why are you having a bad day today?
I was thinking about my kids.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I would think you'd be able to see where Tyler was coming from.
A little. Huh?
I would think you'd be able to see where Tyler was coming from.
I don't know.
No. Well, what have you been
not having a good day?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sue. I know that it probably those things probably hit you when you least expect them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you least expect it, you see like a picture or you see a Facebook or something like that.
Right.
And makes you want to fall apart.
Of course. Sue's daughter passed away not long ago. And so that's
October 13th.
When was it?
October 13th.
October. I was thinking it was even more recent than that. So it's still well under a year. And, and even that is going to be tough.
Yeah, I know. I was just having a bad day, and I called to get cheered up. And I didn't really mean to give Tyler a hard time. I guess I was just lashing out.
It's okay, Sue. It's all right.
Tyler can take it. He can handle the Vikings. He can handle drunk Sue.
There you go. You have extenuating circumstances. You could be forgiven for being snippy, right?
Okay. I love you guys.
All right. Love you too, Sue. There's drunk Sue who's having a tough day, boy. Sue. Of course, calling me to get cheered up. Sue. It's always a coin flip.
Right.
It's always a gamble. Did you read about Albert Pujols getting a divorce?
No.
So the first couple of years that I was in Cleveland, I was also on in St. Louis. A buddy of mine was running a radio station in St. Louis, and if I had not come to Cleveland, he was going to bring me to St. Louis to work there. And so when I came here, he said, "Well, I'd still like to have you on the air. Will you do the show in St. Louis?" I said, "Of course." And so for the first couple of years I was here, I was also on in St. Louis, and so I would talk about the Cardinals a lot. It was Albert Pujols was still on the Cardinals. I think he went to the Dodgers after that.
I went to the Angels for a while.
Angels, okay. He went out west.
Then Dodgers last year, and now he's back with St. Louis.
The machine! Yeah, so Albert Pujols decided he wants to play. He's the oldest active player in Major League Baseball. I think he's 42 or 43 years old. So anyway, he decides that he wants to have one last season, and he wants to have it in front of the adoring crowd in St. Louis. So he signs a one-year deal with the Cardinals. It's going to be his last season in St. Louis. He posts not long ago that his wife is undergoing brain surgery while he's away at spring training camp. And he's very conflicted about this, and he felt awful about it, but he was missing a lot. She had to go through this. They've been married for 22 years. Albert and Deidre Pujols.
That's like his whole career.
Yes. Have been married for a long, long time. And so he was posting about her brain surgery and how her brain surgery was subsequently a success. She was having a brain tumor removed. They had discovered a brain tumor in October. He signed with St. Louis days ago and gets to camp on Monday and was talking about how his wife is prepping. Doctors told him this is a routine operation, blah, 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 but he's like, it's still her brain, and we're worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But he wasn't going to be leaving camp early. His wife's mother and family were there, and so they were happy that it was a success. And it was basically like the next day that he posts that after 22 years, I've sadly made the decision to file for divorce from my wife, Deidre.
Oh, man.
She's having brain surgery.
She gets. Did she wake up to that? It comes out like, we got some good news and some bad news. Good news. The surgery was a success. Everything's great. Your vitals perfect. You're going to be fine. Bad news. You're getting divorced.
Albert is taking the money and running. So he's like, I've made the decision to file for divorce from my wife. I realize this is not the most opportune time with opening day approaching and other family events. These situations are never easy, and it isn't something that happened overnight. I guess my question would be, even if he didn't do this, because obviously everybody's dunking on him for doing this, but how long would you wait? Make sure you dial 911. Why did they go from the clearly understandable live person that they had initially announcing that? Why did they revert to that the computer-generated voice that's almost impossible to discern what they're saying?
It's so hard to understand. It's like, hey, we have a very serious situation. We need to tell you all about it.
Lorraine, O-H. Cleveland, O-H.
Yeah.
Medina, O-H.
And
I thought they were like, we got a guy. The first time they did it, we got a live guy who's going to do this. And
yeah, the first time it was a live guy, and it was, you could
great.
understand what was going on.
Yeah.
This time it's like, there's a child abduction happening, and now to tell you about it, the parents from the Peanuts cartoons.
there you go. Stephen Hawking is here with an update for you. Anyway, Albert Pujols, my question is, his wife is just coming out of brain surgery, and he announces that he's filing for divorce from her after 22 years. How long would you be expected to wait if you did wait? He is right. These things don't happen overnight. I doubt his wife's going to be shocked. Mm-hmm. But there's no good timing. Was he wait another year?
I mean,
I think he's
the
laying
day
the
after she gets brain surgery, seems like you can wait another week.
He's laying the groundwork. What if she came out of the brain surgery and she was just mean as a snake, and that was all it took for him? He's like, man, I was on the fence about this. He's like, you son of a bitch.
I think he's got somebody else lined up, ready to go.
I think he's prepping for the end of his career.
Yeah, he's going to be swinging a different bat.
Relax.
Yeah.
Got to be out there. But I do love these guys because they all say the same thing. As a devout Christian, this is an outcome that I never wanted to see happen. But I prayed, asking the Lord for his guidance.
No, as a guy that made $500 million in your career, that's why you prayed it didn't happen.
By the way, but isn't it crazy how God's answer is always the one you already wanted? Right?
It's shocking.
No wonder these people pray so much. God always tells them what they wanted to hear. It is, I prayed on it, and this is the conclusion I came to.
And he said, once your wife gets done with that brain surgery, peace out.
Peace out. God can't do anything about Ukraine or gun violence here, but he's always right there with the marriage and career advice. God always seems to tell you what you want to hear. It's fascinating.
And God's always telling people, well, just give up on your marriage.
Nobody ever goes, I prayed on it, and God said, just stick with it. They never say, they go, I prayed on it, and it turns out my wife and I have to get divorced. Womp, womp. Thanks a lot, God. Mm. So Albert Pujols is, spoiler alert, he's gonna be fine. Yeah. But people are giving him a hard time because he announced he's divorcing his wife. As she just had brain surgery. Now, it was successful brain surgery. If it had been unsuccessful, who knows how it would have happened. He's like, Doc, are you sure she's not going to come out of it? Well, I think you might want to hang on a little bit longer. She's going to need a lot of care. Are you sure? You said this is a routine procedure. Yes,
sure it's not really difficult.
Really?
Where there's some complications.
Maybe something happened we don't know about. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Leave a message there. 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan, it's me. I had a fight with my dad yesterday, and then I went for a walk, and then I called my friend Mark, and then I realized, you know what, I am a good person. You know, I may not listen to people, I may not always listen to my therapist and my mom and my dad, but I am a good person because I make people laugh, and I make people smile.
Oh, good for you.
All right, well, there you go. Another context-free clip from that. I think I'm going to say female who could. No, we're getting breadcrumbing information. Okay, she has a mom and a dad. Okay, she has a friend named Mark.
She goes to therapy.
She goes to therapy. She makes people laugh. Definitely makes me laugh.
She is a good person.
She's a good person.
According to her.
According to her.
I mean, who
People love to tell you that they're a good person. I never understood that. Listen, I'm a good person.
Are
you?
I can say I'm a happy person, and everyone else can make their own conclusions. I'm a happy person.
That's more honest.
I'll light a house on fire, and I'll smile, or I'll hug your mom, and I'll smile. Either way, I'm a happy person.
Well, it's funny. I was reading a thing this morning, this very old study. It was part of a larger story I was reading. It was about how, by and large, the human condition doesn't lend itself to great things, right? And like part of it is that psychologically, nothing really makes people happy. In the long run, you shouldn't be super hyper focused on being happy because it doesn't really. Everybody kind of has a set point in our brains that we return to. But the thing that I thought was funny that jumped out at me was there was a study in 1978 that compared lottery winners to people who were recently paralyzed. And the results were that neither group was any more or less happy than the other group. So whether you won the lottery or became paralyzed, they're like, once enough time passes, everybody's the same amount of miserable.
Well, that's why it's mostly not about staying happy, but staying busy.
Yeah.
You stay busy.
Life is killing time.
You're going to be mostly okay.
Yeah.
But it's when you have, that's the thing, when people don't have anything to do, or, you need distractions.
Right.
If you don't have distractions, you're going to be miserable.
Gotta have some distractions.
So anyway, you're just trying to use the distractions that don't make you insane. Or sad.
I do say yes. I do say yes. I've said yes to doing track. I've said yes to being in the play. And I've said yes to several things. I do say yes.
I've said yes to several things.
Several things.
I like that.
She's open.
Like Jim Carrey's Yes Man. One of his lesser received films, but that's on you.
I enjoyed
Not on JC.
Yes Man.
Wasn't Zooey Deschanel the female lead in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes Man is basically Liar, Liar 2. But
That's right.
It was fun. It was a good movie. I mean, it was a fun movie. And I think it falls in the short-ass movie category.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Short-ass movie.
I think it's like an hour 40 or so.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a break here. One last one. If you want to get the last word in, shoot me a text, 35192. Cavs pregame is set for 6:30. They're in Orlando tonight to play the Magic. Tip-off at 7 o'clock here on MMS.